What did Jungkook reveal this time? And why are ARMY around the world suddenly panicking? A shocking new clue has surfaced, raising more questions than answers. Could this change everything we thought we knew? What if everything you thought you knew about Jungkook wasn't the full story? What if a single overlooked detail, something small, almost invisible, was quietly waiting to change everything? And why, out of nowhere, are fans across the globe suddenly reanalyzing every move, every word, every silence? Before we go any further, ask yourself this. Have you ever felt like something wasn't quite right, even when everything seemed perfectly normal? Because that's exactly what's happening right now. ARMY is in shock. And if you haven't heard what just surfaced, you're about to. Make sure you stay until the end, because what unfolds next might completely shift how you see Jungkook. And if you feel the same tension building, don't forget to share your thoughts. Drop a comment, hit like, and subscribe to stay updated as this story continues to unravel. It all began quietly. No loud announcement, no official statement, no warning. Just a subtle detail, so subtle that many almost missed it. But as history has shown, it's often the smallest clues that lead to the biggest revelations. The moment in question didn't seem unusual at first glance. Jungkook appeared calm, composed, and entirely himself. But something about his expression, something fleeting, almost imperceptible, caught the attention of a few sharp-eyed fans. First it was dismissed. Overthinking, some said. Coincidence, others insisted. But then more details started emerging. Screenshots began circulating. Old clips resurfaced. Past statements were pulled back into the spotlight. Suddenly, what once seemed unrelated started forming a pattern. And that's when everything changed. Why would Jungkook reference something so specific, and then never bring it up again? Why did certain moments once thought insignificant, now feel like they were hiding something deeper? And most importantly, why now? Fans weren't just curious anymore. They were unsettled. Because the more they looked, the clearer it became. This wasn't random. There was a connection. Something was off. But as the excitement grew, so did the concern. Because if this theory was even partially true, it raised a much more serious question. Why hadn't this been noticed before? Was it hidden deliberately? Or had everyone simply been looking in the wrong direction? Some fans began to worry that they might have missed something important. That while they were focused on the surface, something deeper had been quietly unfolding. The idea that Jungkook might have been hinting at something all along, something no one fully understood, was both thrilling and unsettling. And then came the twist. Just as the conversation reached its peak, another detail surfaced. A new clue. And this one was impossible to ignore. Unlike the first, this wasn't subtle. It didn't hide in the background. It stood out immediately, demanding attention. And when placed alongside the original clue, it created a connection that was too precise to dismiss. Two clues, one pattern, and suddenly everything felt real. The emotional response shifted instantly. What had started as curiosity turned into something much heavier. Fans weren't just speculating anymore, they were reacting. The shock was undeniable. Some expressed disbelief. Others felt a strange sense of validation, as if their instincts had been right all along. But beneath it all was a shared feeling that something significant had just been uncovered. Something that couldn't be undone. And yet, despite all the theories, all the analysis, all the emotions, there was still no official explanation. No confirmation. No denial. Just silence. And sometimes silence speaks louder than anything else. The absence of an answer only fueled the mystery further. Why wouldn't there be clarification? Why let speculation grow this intense without addressing it? There was a reason. A reason to stay quiet. A reason to let the clues speak for themselves. That possibility alone was enough to send another wave of reactions through the fandom. Because if the silence was intentional, It meant this wasn't just a coincidence or misunderstanding. It meant something was happening, something that hadn't been fully revealed yet. As the hours turned into days, the discussion didn't fade, it evolved. New interpretations emerged. New connections were made. And with each passing moment, the story became more complex. But one thing remained constant: the feeling that something bigger was coming, that this wasn't the end of the story, but the beginning. And now the question isn't just what does this clue mean? It's what happens next. Because if there's one thing ARMY knows, it's that nothing involving Jungkook is ever truly simple. Every detail matters. Every moment has meaning. And sometimes the truth isn't revealed all at once, but in pieces scattered across time waiting to be found. So what do you think? Is this just a coincidence that fans are reading too deeply into? Or is this the start of something much bigger? Something that's been quietly building beneath the surface? The answer might not be clear yet, but one thing is certain: people are watching more closely than ever before. And whatever happens next, no one wants to miss it. The tension didn't fade. If anything, it grew stronger. Because just when people thought they had reached the peak of speculation, something unexpected happened. Something that no one had predicted, and yet somehow in hindsight felt like it had been building all along. Or was it something deeper that couldn't be easily explained? A few longtime fans shared their thoughts, reflecting on how Jungkook had evolved over the years. They spoke about growth, about change, about the pressures that come with being constantly watched and analyzed. They reminded others that not everything is a hidden message, that sometimes a moment is just a moment. But even they couldn't completely ignore the pattern, because the pattern was still there. And it was becoming harder to dismiss. At the same time, another layer of the story began to emerge, one that added even more complexity to the situation. Some fans started revisiting older interviews, older live streams, older interactions that had once been celebrated for their simplicity. And now those same moments felt different. Not in a dramatic way, but in a way that made people pause. There were words that now seemed more significant, expressions that now seemed more telling. Even silence, once overlooked, now felt like it carried meaning. And that's when the emotional divide began. On one side, there were those who believed this was something meaningful, something real that deserved attention and understanding. They felt that ignoring it would be missing an important moment, something that might matter more than anyone realizes. On the other side, there were those who urged caution, who warned against overanalyzing, against turning speculation into assumption. They reminded everyone how quickly narratives can spiral, how easily something small can become something much bigger than it actually is. Both sides had a point, and that's what made the situation so intense, because there was no clear answer, no definitive truth, just interpretations and emotions, lots of emotions. Some fans admitted they felt worried, not in a dramatic or extreme way, but in a quiet, lingering sense that something might be off. Others felt frustrated, not at Jungkook, but at the uncertainty, at the lack of clarity that left everything open-ended. But there were also those who felt something else entirely: hope. Because to them, the clues didn't point to something negative or concerning. They saw it as a sign of change, of transition, of something new on the horizon. Something that hadn't been fully revealed yet, but was slowly making its presence known. And that perspective brought a different kind of energy into the conversation. Instead of fear or confusion, it created anticipation, excitement, curiosity about what might come next. Because if there was one thing everyone could agree on, it was this: something had shifted, even if no one could fully explain what. The timing made it even more intriguing. Why now? Why would these clues surface at this specific moment, when everything else seemed to be moving forward as usual? Was it just coincidence? Or was there a reason behind it? That question lingered longer than any other, and it refused to go away. As discussions continued to grow, something else began to happen, something subtle but important. People started listening to each other more closely, not just sharing theories but sharing feelings, personal interpretations, individual perspectives. And in a strange way, the mystery brought people together. Because even though no one had the answer, everyone was searching for it together. And that sense of shared curiosity created a kind of connection that went beyond the original clue. It wasn't just about Jungkook anymore. It was about understanding, about paying attention, about caring enough to notice even the smallest details. But still the question remained, what does it all mean? And just when it felt like the story might start to slow down, when the intensity might begin to fade, another moment appeared. Not a clue this time, not something hidden or subtle, but something real, something present. And it changed the tone once again. Because this moment didn't raise questions. It raised eyebrows. Jungkook appeared again, calm, composed, just like before. But there was something different. Not in what he said, not in what he did, but